Have you ever seen someone effortlessly bring people together, inspiring them with their vision, warmth, and unshakable belief in the power of human connection? That's the ENFJ, charismatic, emotionally intelligent, and always looking at the big picture of how things affect people. Now, contrast that with someone who prefers to work alone, solving problems through hands-on experimentation, staying cool under pressure, and avoiding unnecessary conversations. That's the IST creative craftsman, independent, practical, and focused on what works rather than what inspires. Put these two in a critical thinking workshop, and it might seem like they're solving completely different problems. One is people first, the other is logic first. So do they clash, or do they create a perfect mix of heart and precision? Could it be that they approach problem solving from entirely different mindsets? The ENFJ believes in collaboration, motivation, and understanding different perspectives, ensuring that everyone's voice is heard and that the solution benefits the most people. They thrive on harmony, vision, and leading through connection. The ISTP, on the other hand, is uninterested in group dynamics or abstract ideals. They want to see results, test things, and fix what's broken without unnecessary discussion. While the ENFJ is focused on the long-term impact and emotional weight of a decision, the ISTP is breaking things down to see how they work in the here and now. Now, picture them sitting across from each other in a critical thinking workshop, staring at the same problem statement. The ENFJ wants to lead the discussion, bringing people into a shared vision, ensuring that the solution is ethically and emotionally sound. Meanwhile, the ISTP doesn't feel the need to discuss every detail. They just want to test solutions, eliminate what doesn't work, and move forward based on real-world results. While the ENFJ is checking in on how people feel about the problem, the ISTP is quietly working on a prototype before anyone has even finished their sentence. Isn't it obvious that this could lead to frustration? The ENFJ might feel like the ISTP is too withdrawn, too unemotional, and too dismissive of the group's input, wondering why they're not more engaged in discussion. Meanwhile, the ISTP might find the ENFJ overly focused on feelings, slowing down the process with unnecessary dialogue. The ENFJ wants to unite people around a shared goal, while the ISTP just wants to fix the issue and move on. The ENFJ thrives in structured collaboration, while the ISTP thrives in independent, hands-on problem solving. But isn't the real strength in what they can teach each other? The ISTP helps the ENFJ see that not every problem requires deep discussion or emotional consideration. Sometimes the best way forward is to simply try something and see what happens. They teach the ENFJ to trust experimentation and adaptability rather than always looking for consensus. Meanwhile, the ENFJ helps the ISTP step out of their isolated approach, showing them that communication and teamwork can lead to stronger, more well-rounded solutions. The ISTP might resist structure, but the ENFJ can help them see the value of shared leadership and vision. So do they clash, or do they create something greater together? If they learn to respect each other's strengths, the ENFJ brings people-centered leadership, vision, and collaboration, while the ISTP brings resourcefulness, practical problem-solving, and action-oriented thinking. Separately, one risks overanalyzing social dynamics, while the other risks ignoring them completely. But together, they create solutions that are both human-focused and highly functional. Maybe the real challenge isn't in choosing between connection or efficiency. It's in learning how to integrate both for a solution that truly lasts. Now, imagine an ENFJ, romantic giver, and an ISTP, creative craftsman, placed in a structured cognitive engagement model within a critical thinking workshop. The ENFJ will naturally take the lead, eager to facilitate discussions, connect people, and ensure that every voice is heard. They thrive on collaboration, emotional intelligence, and crafting a solution that serves the greater good. Meanwhile, the ISTP will take a more reserved approach, sitting back, quietly analyzing the situation, and waiting until they see an opportunity to act with precision and efficiency. They aren't interested in long-winded discussions or emotional considerations. Instead, they want to figure out the mechanics of the problem and solve it in the most straightforward way possible. While the ENFJ is focused on guiding the team toward a shared vision, the ISTP is already thinking about how to dismantle and reconstruct the issue on a technical level. Isn't it obvious how this could lead to frustration? The ENFJ might see the ISTP as too withdrawn, too independent, and unwilling to engage in group discussion. They may feel that the ISTP isn't sharing enough input or contributing to the collaborative process. Meanwhile, the ISTP might find the ENFJ overwhelming, too focused on abstract ideals, and unnecessarily concerned with emotional factors. They may feel that the ENFJ overcomplicates things by prioritizing group dynamics instead of simply addressing the problem logically and directly. The ENFJ fosters harmony, but without the ISTP's technical problem-solving approach, their solutions might lack practical execution. Meanwhile, the ISTP thrives on logic and action, but without the ENFJ's ability to connect ideas and people, their approach could be too narrow or dismiss the human element of a solution. But isn't the real power in what they can teach each other? In a structured cognitive engagement framework, the ENFJ provides vision, connection, and communication, ensuring that the solution isn't just functional, but also serves the larger purpose of benefiting people and organizations. They introduce social awareness, making sure that any technical or logistical fix aligns with broader goals and human needs. The ISTP, in contrast, provides a hands-on, analytical perspective, ensuring that the solution is grounded in practicality, efficiency, and problem-solving expertise. They bring action-oriented thinking, cutting through unnecessary complexity and implementing a solution that works in the real world. This balance is what makes their engagement truly fruitful. The ENFJ ensures a meaningful, well-communicated vision, while the ISTP ensures that vision is executed with precision and logic. So what happens when they lean into their differences instead of resisting them? The ENFJ brings the energy of leadership, ensuring that the workshop remains collaborative, inspiring, and people-focused. They keep the conversation flowing, encourage participation, and ensure that the group stays united in their approach. Meanwhile, the ISTP ensures that discussions don't become abstract for too long, grounding the team in practicality and technical know-how. Instead of seeing the ISTP as too detached, the ENFJ can learn to appreciate their ability to stay calm and focused under pressure, while the ISTP can recognize the value of the ENFJ's ability to integrate diverse perspectives into a cohesive solution. The key to structured cognitive engagement is understanding that effective problem-solving requires both human connection and technical precision. The ENFJ thrives in a structured, socially dynamic environment, while the ISTP operates best in a space where they can quietly tinker and analyze before acting. When both approaches are balanced in a critical thinking workshop, the ENFJ ensures that the solution is ethically and emotionally sound, while the ISTP ensures that it is mechanically and logically effective. The ENFJ encourages the ISTP to be more open in sharing their expertise, while the ISTP reminds the ENFJ that not every problem requires extensive discussion. Sometimes the best way to move forward is simply to test and adjust. What was once a clash of engagement styles turns into a highly effective collaboration. Could it be that the most effective critical thinking workshops don't just encourage leadership or technical problem solving alone, but the interaction between both? The ENFJ challenges the ISTP to consider the human impact of their solutions, while the ISTP challenges the ENFJ to stay grounded in what is actually feasible and functional. One brings emotional intelligence, the other brings mechanical intelligence. If they learn to trust each other's approach, they create solutions that are both practical and deeply meaningful, something neither could fully achieve alone. The ENFJ ensures cohesion, while the ISTP ensures efficiency. Maybe the real challenge isn't in choosing between social leadership or technical precision, it's in learning how to integrate both into a thinking process that is both strategic and hands-on. When these two seemingly opposite forces engage in structured cognitive engagement, they don't just solve problems, they create solutions that are both visionary and functional. If a critical thinking workshop is meant to bridge gaps between social collaboration and technical execution, then there is no better pair to model that dynamic than the ENFJ and ISTP working together, one inspiring action and the other ensuring that action is executed with mastery.